Jay Leno's rise to The Tonight Show wasn't just a career milestone. It sparked a legendary clash with David Letterman. Letterman had been expected to succeed Johnny Carson, but NBC's decision to hand the reins to Leno left a lasting wound. Though Leno followed the network's plan, the secrecy and internal maneuvering created resentment. Over time, what began as a professional rivalry morphed into a cultural narrative. Letterman as the artist and Leno as the contract-driven pragmatist. Even years later, the two maintained a polite distance, showing that fame often comes with the cost of fractured friendships. The Conan O'Brien controversy. The Leno-Conan saga is Hollywood drama at its peak. Conan O'Brien prepared for years to inherit The Tonight Show, trusting Leno's public promise and NBC's word. But Leno's brief return to 11:35 p.m. upended everything, leaving Conan with no choice but to walk away. While Leno defended his actions as following network orders, the incident painted him as pragmatic but cold. Fans rallied around Conan, dubbing themselves Team Coco, while critics criticized Leno's maneuvering. In interviews, Leno admitted a missed chance to personally explain, but his measured business-first philosophy left many feeling that the moral of the story was less about comedy and more about survival. Conflicted friendships. Leno's decisions didn't just affect Letterman or Conan, they rippled through Hollywood. Jimmy Kimmel, initially friendly, felt betrayed when Leno stayed at NBC, turning playful camaraderie into public mockery. Howard Stern's disdain, stemming from perceived imitation and opportunism, never waned. Even Joan Rivers and Arsenio Hall, both contenders and competitors, expressed subtle but lasting critiques. These fractured relationships reveal a recurring theme. Leno's rise often coincided with the sidelining or disappointment of peers. Yet he remained largely detached, avoiding confrontation in public disputes, showing a rare skill at navigating conflict silently, even if it meant accumulating enemies along the way. The philosophy of silence. Jay Leno's guiding principle has long been, never explain, never complain. At first glance, it seems a mark of calm professionalism. Behind the scenes, though, this philosophy was double-edged. By avoiding personal explanations, Leno maintained a consistent public persona, but colleagues often interpreted his silence as aloofness or even disrespect. He rarely apologized outright, and when pressed, he framed controversies as business decisions. Whether facing criticism from Stern, Kimmel, or Conan, Leno's approach emphasized stability over confrontation. His restraint kept him in the spotlight, but also created an aura of emotional distance that has fueled both admiration and criticism. Strategic safety over artistry. Leno's programming choices reflect a similar mindset: light, accessible, and non-controversial. Political debates and divisive topics were avoided in favor of humor that would appeal to broad audiences. While this secured ratings and mainstream approval, it earned him criticism from peers who valued creative risk and artistic depth. Leno prioritized audience trust and ratings over personal expression, a choice that defined his tenure. This safe, methodical style created a consistent, friendly image, but also contributed to perceptions of him as unadventurous or commercially motivated. A man whose smile could charm millions, yet conceal the complexities of behind-the-scenes negotiations. Enduring legacy and debate. Even decades after leaving The Tonight Show, Jay Leno's name sparks debate. Fans admire his tireless work ethic and consistency, while critics highlight a career built on calculated neutrality and occasional ruthless pragmatism. His silence in conflict, his avoidance of controversy, and his reliance on managers like Helen Kushnick shaped both his success and his reputation. The narrative surrounding Leno isn't just about ratings or comedy. It's about survival, loyalty, and the hidden mechanics of Hollywood power. For viewers and industry insiders alike, he represents a paradox. Warm and approachable on screen, yet strategic and enigmatic behind the scenes.